depot clock has stopped somewhere near 3. A hand-painted sign says groceries and feed. One sycamore cast half the sidewalk in shade, and a screen door swings on a hinge that needs aid. I left my map folded wrong on the seat. Now I'm reading this town like a page I can't keep. Arrival in a small town, nowhere I plan to be. A filling station, a diner, a dog lying free. Something about the late light on the gray elevator wall makes a stranger feel less like a stranger after all. A woman in curlers is watering her yard. The radio leaks through the window, it's jazz, not too hard. Two boys are racing their bicycles down the grade, and someone has left a lawn chair in the shade. I order the coffee and sit by the glass, watch the main street hold still while the afternoon passes. Arrival in a small town, nowhere I plan to be. A filling station, a diner, a dog lying free. Something about the late light on the grain elevator wall makes a stranger feel less like a stranger after all. Maybe I've been moving too long through the noise to remember the weight of an unhurried voice. Arrival in a small town, nowhere I plan to be. A filling station, a diner, a dog lying free. Something about the late light on the grain elevator wall makes a stranger feel less like a stranger after all.
The woman behind the counter's writing something in the margin of her book. The radio is playing something no one can quite name. There's flour on the apron and a Wednesday's worth of chalk beside the specials board. And the glass door holds the street the way a photograph holds rain. I've been standing at this corner since before the bread was warm. Not quite sure what I came looking for, not quite sure I'd know. But the smell of something baking pulls me all the way back home, to a kitchen I've been carrying like a stone inside my coat. And I know this isn't mine, the tiles, the light, the morning tone, but I'll stay a quarter past just for that feeling in my throat. sets a cup down without asking, like she's read the whole of me. The sugar's in a bowl that could have come from any mother's shelf. Outside the trucks are making their deliveries on Clement or on Lee. And the city does its quiet work of just becoming itself. There's a man at table 4 who folds his paper to the crossword page. He's been here every morning and he never says a word. But the smell of something baking pulls me all the way back home, to a kitchen I've been carrying like a stone inside my coat. And I know this isn't mine, the tiles, the light, the morning tone, but I'll stay a quarter past just for that feeling in my throat. Maybe home was never somewhere fixed that I could find again. Maybe home is just the hour when the longing almost lives. And the smell of something baking pulls me all the way back home, to a kitchen I've been carrying like a stone inside my coat. And I know this isn't mine, the tiles, the light, the morning tone, but I'll stay. There's still so much I haven't figured out alone. The piano settles, the percolator quiets, and the street sounds slowly open up.
Dryer tumbles quarters down to nothing at all. A woman folds her husband's shirts against the wall. The fluorescent hum is all the music anyone needs, and the linoleum's worn soft where everybody reads. I don't know why I stayed until the last machine went quiet, but something in the cooling air said don't be in a hurry. Before the lights came on in all the houses down the lane, before the casserole dish was lifted out again, there was a slow and sideways hour no one had named. Before the lights came on and everything became the same. A teenage boy feeds dimes into a vending slot, retrieves a root beer, holds it to his wrist for cold. The bulletin board's got a flyer from a band called Trace, and a lost cat named November wearing somebody's grace. I keep the flyer, crease it once, tuck it in my coat, the kind of thing you carry home and never throw away. Before the lights came on in all the houses down the lane, before the casserole dish was lifted out again, there was a slow and sideways hour before the lights came on and everything became the same. Maybe it was never really loneliness. Maybe it was just the world between the before the lights came on in all the houses down the lane, before the casserole dish was lifted out again, I held that in between like something borrowed from the day. Before the lights came on and softly took it all away. The horns return, one phrase unfinished, and then the room goes still.
Carousel is slowed to half its speed by afternoon. A calliope gone soft with summer heat and use. The children's painted horses catching gold and letting go. And somewhere a transistor radio playing the news. I keep coming back to this corner of the fairground, chasing something gentler than the thing I found. Carousel afternoon, the world turns slow and sweet. Cotton candy air and the feel of wooden seats. Someday circle back the way a slow song and stays, and I'm still standing here inside the haze. The man who runs the rides has got a thermos full of coffee. He nods at me like he remembers all my rides. Paper cup, a bench, the pennant strung between the maple trees, and the feeling that the afternoon won't hide. There's a kind of ache in watching something beautiful keep turning. The same refrain, the same return, the same slow burning. Carousel afternoon, the world turns slow and sweet. Cotton candy air and the feel of wooden seats. Some days circle back the way a slow song fades and stays, and I'm still standing here inside the haze. Maybe what I'm missing isn't somewhere I can find. Maybe it's the turning itself that eases the mind. Carousel afternoon, the world turns slow and sweet. Cotton candy air and the feel of wooden seats. Some days circle back the way a slow song fades The atlas on the shelf still falls open to those pages. Small towns pressed flat beneath the fold. I know the road by heart, the petrol stations, roadside hedges, the way the landscape shifts from new to old. Something in the changing of the season pulls me sideways. A postcard in a drawer I never sent. Province says you're quietly beside me. In the radio songs I almost know. Province says the counties still remind me how far a person travels just to stay somewhere they go. The Sunday supplements were spread across the kitchen table. The kettle on the afternoon gone pale. My mother read the listings out in that particular way of hers, a voice like rain against a window pane. Something in the smell of supper, wool coats, cooling hallways catches me before I can look away. Province says you're quietly beside me. In the radio songs I almost know. Province says the counties still remind me how far a person travels just to stay somewhere they go. I used to think that leaving was the same as starting over. Now I carry both the going and the brave. Province says you're quietly beside me. In the radio songs I almost know. Province says the counties still remind me how far a person travels and how little lets you go. The telephone sits on the hallway shelf where you left it. The margarine lid holds the coins for the meter and the bust. The calendar shows a month I keep forgetting to change. There's a sweater on the hook that still holds the shape of your arms. I don't call it keeping on, I call it keeping warm. The whole house leans the way old houses do toward the storm. Still here, still setting 2 cups out of habit. Still here, still talking to the radio at night. Still here, where the light through the curtain turns the dust gold. Still here, and the missing you feels less like a wound than a line. There's a record I haven't played since the summer before last. The needle just rests on the edge like it's waiting for a sign. I ironed your tablecloth Tuesday because the wrinkles bothered me. Some things you hold to because letting go takes more than you've got. I don't say it's easy, and I don't say it's fine, but the kettle still whistles and the clock still marks the time. Still here, still setting 2 cups out of habit. Still here, still talking to the radio at 9. Still here where the light through the curtain turns the dusk gold. Still here, and the missing you feels less like a wound than a line. Maybe staying isn't lost. Maybe it's the long way of saying I love this life, and I mean to love it still. Still setting 2 cups out of habit. Still here, still talking to the radio at 9. Still here where the curtain lets the late sun come on slowly. Still here, and the missing you has learned to sit down and be still.
Strings thin to a single note, held and released like a breath.
The coffee's been sitting since 2:30. A ring on the saucer, a haze on the view, the neighbor's wind chimes going slack in the air, and that FM station you liked, barely there. I keep almost calling, then setting the phone back down on the table, a little more alone. Sunday softer now, the light is going amber. The afternoon folds up its linen and leaves. I'm here in the stillness the week forgot to claim. Here and somewhere you're moving through someone else's eve. Your cardigan still on the back of my chair, still holding the shape of the arms that aren't there. The casserole dish in the sink going cold, a portion for 2 that the evening won't hold. I almost taste Tuesday when Monday gets near, but Sunday is patient and Sunday stays here. Sunday softer now, the light is going amber. The afternoon folds up its linen and leaves. I'm here in the stillness the week through someone else's ease. Maybe the distance is just what gets quiet, not what goes missing, but what learns to wait. Sunday softer now, the light is gone to amber. The afternoon has folded, the season agreed. I'm here in the stillness, and I'm not complaining, just holding your absence the way one holds a hand.
The piano returns, one phrase, unhurried. Then the radiator again, then nothing.
She sets a jar of fountain pens beside the register each morning. The burgundy and the blue-black sorted out by feel. There's a calendar above her head with pictures of a coastline she's never been to, but she turns the page with zeal. Some days the tenderness just rises without warning, like ink that slowly bleeds into the grain. Tenderness, a light I didn't ask for, warming up the spaces in between. A quiet touch on something slightly worn, the softest thing I've ever felt or ever been. A man comes in on Thursdays with his collar damp from rain. He samples every pen the way a pianist tries the keys, decides on nothing, leaves a half-moon print beside the tester pad, and she watches the street swallow him up with practiced ease. He doesn't know she saves the page he pressed on, the way a letter saves a pressed forget-me-not. Tenderness, a light I didn't ask for, warming up the spaces in between. A quiet touch on something slightly worn, the softest thing I've ever felt or ever been. Maybe it was never mine to name or keep. Maybe it was only passing through, like weather off the sea. Tenderness, the light I almost missed, gilding all the ordinary things. A burgundy and blue-black kind of peace, the softest ache the whole world ever brings. walls were leaning toward the fence again, the way they always do this time of year. I walked the long way round past the kitchen garden, just to slow the afternoon before it disappeared. There's a patience that the summer teaches quietly. You take the longer path or you lose what you meant to keep. The long way through the garden brought me back to you, past the hollyhocks you planted by the wall. I wasn't ready yet to see the summer through. I just needed one more time to walk it all. Your old troll was resting in the terracotta pot, the wooden handle worn the color of your hands. The hose still dripped a line across the flagstone, like some quiet little clock the garden understands. I've been talking to myself in half-remembered seasons, finding small familiar things and calling them a reason. The long way through the garden brought me back to you, past the hollyhocks you planted by the wall. I wasn't ready yet to see the summer through. I just needed one more time to walk it all. Maybe going back is just a way of standing still, but stillness has a kind of grace that moving never will. The long way through the garden brought me back to you, past the hollyhocks you planted by the wall. I wasn't ready yet to see the summer through. I just needed one more time to walk it all.
The guitar returns, unried, and dissolves into the afternoon.
You left it on the window ledge beside the coffee rings, a dog-eared Dell paperback, some story mid its wings. The spine still creased where you'd been reading on the train, page 70-something, and you never came again. I keep the bookmark where you placed it, don't you know? Afraid that turning pages means I'm letting go. So it sits there by the radiator's hiss, a little out of time, a little out of reach. ended just like this. The last thing that you left within my reach. The cover's gone a little yellow in the light. Those amber autumn afternoons that blurred from brown to white. I traced the ink your thumbnail left beside a line. Some sentence about distances or something close to mine. The kettle's always on, the cups are always two. Old habits are the hardest things to argue through. So it sits there by the radiator's hiss, a little out of time, a little out of reach. Some borrowed afternoon that ended just like this. The last thing that you left within my reach. Maybe you forgot it, maybe that was all. But I have read the ending now, and still I kept it on the hall. And it sits there by the radiator's hiss. A little less of time, a little more of me. Some borrowed afternoon I've made my own by this. The last thing that you left, and still I read.
The strings settle, the note dissolves slowly, like a page turned in an empty room. He keeps my measurements in a ledger small and worn. The chalk line on the collar, the hem let down each year. There's a black and white of somewhere taped above the shears. A street I half remember, and a window and a door. He doesn't ask me where I'm from, yet somehow he knows that a coat cut right can hold you when the homesick feeling shows. What the tailor knows he keeps between the pins and thread, in the width across the shoulders, in the lining that he chose. He reads the way you carry all the weight you've never said, and he takes it in, lets it out, and quietly it goes. The radio is playing something soft from 79. He hums along and doesn't quite get all the words the same. The fitting room smells faintly like his lunch, garlic, cigarettes, cologne, and something about standing still in there reminds me where I came from. He smooths the seam along my back and says, there, that'll do. And I almost tell him everything, but I just say thank you. What the tailor knows he keeps between the pins and thread, in the width across the shoulders, in the lining that he chose. He reads the way you carry all the weight you've never said, and he takes it in, lets it out, and quietly it goes. Maybe being known doesn't always need the words. Sometimes someone measuring your sleeve is quite enough. What the tailor knows he keeps between the pins and thread, in the width across the shoulders, in the lining that he chose. He reads the way you carry all the weight you've never said, and he takes it in, lets it out, and quietly it goes. The cello returns, the needle lifts, the afternoon unspools. The depot clock has stopped somewhere near 3. A hand-painted sign says groceries and feed. One sycamore cast half the sidewalk in shade, and a screen door swings on a hinge that needs aid. I left my map folded wrong on the seat. Now I'm reading this town like a page I can't keep. Arrival in a small town, nowhere I plan to be. A filling station, a diner, a dog lying free. Something about the late light on the grain elevator wall makes a stranger feel less like a stranger after all. A woman in curlers is watering her yard. The radio leaks through the window, it's jazz, not too hard. Two boys are racing their bicycles down the grade, and someone has left a lawn chair in the shade. I order the coffee and sit by the glass, watch the main street hold still while the afternoon passes. Arrival in a small town, nowhere I plan to be. A filling station, a diner, a dog lying free. Something about the late light on the grain elevator wall makes a stranger feel less like a stranger after all. Maybe I've been moving too long through the noise to remember the weight of an unhurried voice. Arrival in a small town, nowhere I plan to be. A filling station, a diner, a dog lying free. Something about the late light on the grain elevator
There's flour on the apron and a Wednesday's worth of chalk beside the specials board. And the glass door holds the street the way a photograph holds rain. I've been standing at this corner since before the bread was warm. Not quite sure what I came looking for, not quite sure I know. But the smell of something baking pulls me all the way back home, to a kitchen I've been carrying like a stone inside my coat. And I know this isn't mine, the tiles, the light, the morning tone, but I'll stay a quarter past just for that feeling in my throat. She sets a cup down without asking, like she's read the whole of me. The sugar's in a bowl that could have come from any mother's shelf. Outside the trucks are making their deliveries on Clement or on Lee. And the city does its quiet work of just becoming itself. There's a man at table 4 who folds his paper to the crossword page. He's been here every morning and he never says a word. But the smell of something baking pulls me all the way back home, to a kitchen I've been carrying like a stone inside my coat. And I know this isn't mine, the tiles, the light, the morning tone, but I'll stay a quarter past just for that feeling in my throat. Maybe home was never somewhere fixed that I could find again. Maybe home is just the hour when the longing almost lives. And the smell of something baking pulls me all the way back home, to a kitchen I've been carrying like a stone inside my coat. And I know this isn't mine, the tiles, the light, the morning tone, but I'll stay. There's still so much I haven't figured out alone. The piano settles, the percolator quiets, and the street sounds slowly open up.
Dryer tumbles quarters down to nothing at all. A woman folds her husband's shirts against the wall. The fluorescent hum is all the music anyone needs, and the linoleum's worn soft where everybody reads. I don't know why I stayed until the last machine went quiet, but something in the cooling air said don't be in a hurry. Before the lights came on in all the houses down the lane, before the casserole dish was lifted out again, there was a slow and sideways hour no one had named. Before the lights came on, everything became the same. A teenage boy feeds dimes into a vending slot, retrieves a root beer, holds it to his wrist for cold. The bulletin board's got a flyer from a band called Trace, and a lost cat named November wearing somebody's grace. I keep the flyer, crease it once, tuck it in my coat, the kind of thing you carry home and never throw away. Before the lights came on in all the houses down the lane, before the casserole dish was lifted out again, there was a slow and sideways hour no one had named. Before the lights came on and everything became the same. Maybe it was never really loneliness. Maybe it was just the world between the Before the lights came on in all the houses down the lane, before the casserole dish was lifted out again, I held that in between like something borrowed from the day. Before the lights came on and softly took it all away. The horns return, one phrase unfinished, and then the room goes still.
Carousel is slowed to half its speed by afternoon. A calliope gone soft with summer heat and use. The children's painted horses catching gold and letting go. And somewhere a transistor radio playing the news. I keep coming back to this corner of the fairground, chasing something gentler than the thing I found. Carousel afternoon, the world turns slow and sweet. Cotton candy air and the feel of wooden seats. Someday circle back the way a slow song fades and stays, and I'm still standing here inside the haze. The man who runs the rides has got a thermos full of coffee. He nods at me like he remembers all my rides. A paper cup, a bench, the pennant strung between the maple trees, and the feeling that the afternoon won't hide. There's a kind of ache in watching something beautiful keep turning. The same refrain, the same return, the same slow burning. Carousel afternoon, the world turns slow and sweet. Cotton candy air and the feel of wooden seats. Some days circle back the way a slow song fades and stays, and I'm still standing here inside the haze. Maybe what I'm missing isn't somewhere I can find. Maybe it's the turning itself that eases the mind. Carousel afternoon, the world turns slow and sweet. Cotton candy air and the feel of wooden seats. Some days circle back the way a slow song fades and stays, and I've learned to rest here easy in the haze. The atlas on the shelf still falls open to those pages. Small towns pressed flat beneath the fold. I know the road by heart, the petrol stations, roadside hedges, the way the landscape shifts from new to old. Something in the changing of the season pulls me sideways. A postcard in a drawer I never send. Provinces, you're quietly beside me. In the radio songs I almost know. Provinces, the counties still remind me how far a person travels just to stay somewhere they go. The Sunday supplements were spread across the kitchen table. The kettle on the afternoon gone pale. My mother read the listings out in that particular way of hers, a voice like rain against a window pane. Something in the smell of supper wool coats, cooling hallways, catches me before I can look away. Provinces, you're quietly beside me. In the radio songs I almost know. Provinces, the counties still remind me how far a person travels just to stay somewhere they go. I used to think that leaving was the same as starting over. Now I carry both the going and the brave. Provinces, you're quietly beside me. In the radio songs know. Provinces, the counties still remind me how far a person travels and how little lets you go. The telephone sits on the hallway shelf where you left it. The margarine lid holds the coins for the meter and the bust. The calendar shows a month I keep forgetting to change. There's a sweater on the hook that still holds the shape of your arms. I don't call it keeping on, I call it keeping warm. The whole house leans the way old houses do toward the storm. Still here, still setting 2 cups out of habit. Still here, still talking to the radio at 9. Still here, where the light through the curtain turns the dust gold. Still here, and the missing you feels less like a wound than a line. There's a record I haven't played since the summer before last. The needle just rests on the edge like it's waiting for a sign. I ironed your tablecloth Tuesday because the wrinkles bothered me. Some things you hold to because letting go takes more than you've got. I don't say it's easy, and I don't say it's fine, but the kettle still whistles and the clock still marks the time. Still here, still setting 2 cups out of habit. Still here, still talking to the radio at 9. Still here, where the light through the curtain turns the dusk gold. Still here, and the missing you feels less like a wound than a line. Maybe staying isn't lost, maybe it's the long way of saying I love this life, and I mean to love it still. Setting 2 cups out of habit. Still here, still talking to the radio at 9. Still here, where the curtain lets the late sun come on slowly. Still here, and the missing you has learned to sit down and be still.
Strings thin to a single note, held and released like a breath.
The coffee's been sitting since 2:30. A ring on the saucer, a haze on the view, the neighbors' wind chimes going slack in the air, and that FM station you liked, barely there. I keep almost calling, then setting the phone back down on the table, a little more alone. Sunday softer now, the light is going amber, the afternoon folds up its linen and leaves. I'm here in the stillness the week forgot to claim, here and somewhere you're moving through someone else's eve. Cardigan still on the back of my chair, still holding the shape of the arms that aren't there. The casserole dish in the sink going cold, a portion for two that the evening won't hold. I almost taste Tuesday when Monday gets near, but Sunday is patient and Sunday stays here. Sunday softer now, the light is going amber, the afternoon folds up its linen and leaves. I'm here in the stillness the week forgot to claim, here and somewhere you're moving through someone else's eve. Maybe the distance is just what gets quiet, not what goes missing, but what learns to wait. Sunday softer now, the light is gone to amber, the afternoon has folded, the season agreed. I'm here in the stillness and I'm not complaining, just holding your absence the way one holds a hand.
The piano returns, one phrase, unhurried. Then the radiator again, then nothing.
She sets a jar of fountain pens beside the register each morning, the burgundy and the blue-black sorted out by feel. There's a calendar above her head with pictures of a coastline she's never been to, but she turns the page with zeal. Some days the tenderness just rises without warning, like ink that slowly bleeds into the grave. Tenderness, a light I didn't ask for, warming up the spaces in between, a quiet touch on something slightly worn, the softest thing I've ever felt or ever been. A man comes in on Thursdays days with his collar damp from rain. He samples every pen the way a pianist tries the keys, decides on nothing, leaves a half-moon print beside the tester pad, and she watches the street swallow him up with practiced ease. He doesn't know she saves the page he pressed on, the way a letter saves a pressed forget-me-not. Tenderness, a light I didn't ask for, warming up the spaces in between, a quiet touch on something slightly worn, the softest thing I've ever felt or ever been. Maybe it was never mine to name or keep. Maybe it was only passing through, like weather off the sea. Tenderness, the light I almost missed, gilding all the ordinary things, a burgundy and blue-black kind of peace, the softest ache the whole world ever brings. The marigolds were leaning toward the fence again, the way they always do this time of year. I walked the long way round past the kitchen garden, just to slow the afternoon before it disappeared. There's a patience that the summer teaches quietly. You take the longer path or you lose what you meant to keep. The long way through the garden brought me back to you, past the hollyhocks you planted by the wall. I wasn't ready yet to see the summer through. I just needed one more time to walk it all. Your old troll was resting in the terracotta pot, the wooden handle worn the color of your hands. The hose still dripped a line across the flagstone, like some quiet little clock the garden understands. I've been talking to myself in half-remembered seasons, finding small familiar things and calling them a reason. The long way through the garden brought me back to you, past the hollyhocks you planted by the wall. I wasn't ready yet to see the summer through. I just needed one more time to walk it all. but stillness has a kind of grace that moving never will. The long way through the garden brought me back to you, past the hollyhocks you planted by the wall. I wasn't ready yet to see the summer through. I just needed one more time to walk it all.
The guitar returns, unried, and dissolves into the afternoon.
You left it on the window ledge beside the coffee rings, a dog-eared Dell paperback, some story mid its wings. The spine still creased where you'd been reading on the train, page 70-something, and you never came again. I keep the bookmark where you placed it, don't you know? Afraid that turning pages means I'm letting go. So it sits there by the radiator's hiss, a little out of time, a little out of reach. Some borrowed afternoon that ended just like this, the last thing that you left within my reach. The cover's gone a little yellow in the light, those amber autumn afternoons that blurred from brown to white. I traced the ink your thumbnail left beside a line, some sentence about distances or something close to mine. The kettle's always on, the cups are always two. Old habits are the hardest things to argue through. So it sits there by the radiator's hiss, a little out of time, a little out of reach. Some borrowed afternoon that ended just like this, the last thing that you left within my reach. Maybe you forgot it, maybe that was all, but I have read the ending now, and still I kept it on the hall. And it sits there by the radiator's hiss, a little less of time, a little more of me. Some borrowed afternoon I've made my own by this, the last thing that you left, and still I read.
The strings settle, the note dissolves slowly, like a page turned in an empty room.
He keeps my measurements in a ledger small and worn. The chalk line on the collar, the hem let down each year. There's a black and white of somewhere taped above the shears. A street I half remember, and a window and a door. He doesn't ask me where I'm from, yet somehow he knows that a coat cut right can hold you when the homesick feeling shows. What the tailor knows he keeps between the pins and thread, in the width across the shoulders, in the lining that he chose. He reads the way you carry all the weight you've never said, and he takes it in, lets it out, and quietly it goes. The radio is playing something soft from 79. He hums along and doesn't quite get all the words the same. The fitting room smells faintly like his lunch, garlic, cigarettes, cologne, and something about standing still in there reminds me where I came from. He smooths the seam along my back and says, there, that'll do. And I almost tell him everything, but I just say thank you. What the tailor knows he keeps between the pins and thread, in the width across the shoulders, in the lining that he chose. He reads the way you carry all the weight you've never said, and he takes it in, lets it out, and quietly it goes. Maybe being known doesn't always need the words. Sometimes someone measuring your sleeve is quite enough. What the tailor knows he keeps between the pins and thread, in the width across the shoulders, in the lining that he chose. He reads the way you carry all the weight you've never said, and he takes it in, lets it out, and quietly it goes. The cello returns, the needle lifts, the afternoon unspoons.